call Halayim like how Bashimi Hawashai, Bahara Kakwadash, which means Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, which means He exists. Bahashem means in the name. Ba in ha the Shem name. Yahweh Shai means He delivers, which He's going to deliver His people from the terror coming, which He is the terror, but I'm talking about the MOTB. Shit's going to get crispy. Niggas is going to get crispy. And that's why we give praises to Yahweh Bashimi Hawashai Baha Rakakwadash. And we try to stay in the spirit. And then part of staying in the spirit is remembering who taught you the truth. So we say double honors to the apostles, which is Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ka, Apostle Ramlab, and then the bishops that follow, and then the other elders. And one of the elders that, changed my world, my life, the way I view things, is Elder Kazak from Mississippi. Because I have a lot of interactions with chariots. Not just one. If it's one, the other ones are hiding. But it's usually 3 at the very minimum, up to 10. And they're so beautiful. Well, one time I seen one, but I wasn't in the truth. But he knows about the chariots, and he told me that the chariots are after me because I say the name, and they don't scare me. They don't scare me. I mean, I'm not scared. I know they're terrible. I know they're terrifying, but I also know they're my brothers, and I believe they mean me no harm. Quite the contrary. They're trying to fuck you motherfucking Edomites up because I get mad at you and you other nations. And I laugh because it's gonna happen. I have these terrible thoughts and I feel vengeful and I want to fuck things up. I want to fight. But how wish I said if this were my kingdom, my people would fight. But this isn't His kingdom yet. And that's when they show up. Except for one time I can remember, I was thinking about my homeboy. He works with me. His name is Israel. I said to myself in deep thought, I gotta love this guy because he's an Israelite. And then like a squadron of like paper crane style. It was robotic. They were moving like robots move. It seemed like an anime cartoon. That's why I couldn't believe it, but it was true and it was happening. And they would disappear and reappear, disappear and reappear. So, when you're deep in thought is when they show up. I don't know why they show up. I'm always thinking some horrible shit. But that's my lot. And I ain't tripping. So Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And the Apostle Paul was very intelligent. You could tell by the way he worded things. His scribes wrote them down, but he's the one that said it, right? Because he's a Pharisee. He said he was a Pharisee of Pharisees. And when there's a style, like you recognize the style, right? Like if you were to go to anywhere and you were to see little Issacharites and they all had that fucking Mo from Three Stooges haircut, you would say, look, those are tacuaches, because that's a tacuache culture. So the same way when you see the brothers on the street preaching and prophesying or listening, that's a beautiful thing. You know that is the the Hebrew Israelite culture. Now, what does a culture do? You know what a culture is? There's something called a petri dish, and it has culture in it. And then you get the cultures, and it activates cells, and it makes them reproduce and do live out their lives. So that in that petri dish, it's confined to a certain amount of time that it lives. So they study the life of that cell. So in the petri dish of the world, you drop that cell of the truth, or the beloved Bivens for us. You know, it starts a whole fucking shit. It starts a whole lot of shit. Because I remember when I was little, I went to Fresno, and there was this black man. You know, he's not black, but he's a Judite. He was preaching. He didn't have his garments on. And he was saying some hard things, and I was like, yeah. And I was like 6 years old. He told me, look, this isn't for you. And I said, bullshit. I'm talking about my people. But the thing is, for that man, he was looking at a white boy. When I was younger, when I was a baby, I had blonde hair. You know, big fucking deal. So that'll put you in a different mind frame. So it was started off being all black culture, because the tents of Judah had to be raised up first. So Benjamin, Judah, and Levi were coming up first, and they had to come up first. You know, I'm the kind of guy that waits his fucking turn. That's why when it gets to me, I'll appreciate it that much more. Because if I jump the gun and I go too early, I might miss a few techniques. I might miss things. So, you know, with Abba Bivens, it started, and his teacher started him off. So it just doesn't go directly to Abba Bivens, but Abba Bivens is Elijah the prophet, right? And that's what I'm talking about. You gotta believe these things. If you don't believe these things, you know, how the hell are you a Hebrew Israelite, man? Now you might say, well, there's communities in Africa, blah, blah, blah. Sure. There was communities before John the Baptist came to the scene. Shit. I need to do more history. But that was around the end of Alexander's kingdom. So they had Israelites carried away and placed around that area, and still living in Jerusalem, paying tithes and paying tribute to the fucking Gentiles. So there was culture before there was culture, but the culture changed. It was called Hellenized. So this man, John the Baptist, was, and John the Baptist and Yahushua were born around the same time. 6-month difference, I believe. John the Baptist being the elder. And he was cousins to Yahushua. That means that this is a family business. So, back to the story of when I was in Fresno, and I was a little kid. This black man preaching did something to me. I was like, I got into it, man. I was like a little kid, and and he said, look, this little kid is saying what you men should be saying. Which tells you that, you know, I didn't choose this path, although my spirit said, yeah, this is what you want to do. And when I would watch this black man preach, my mother was sitting there, and I said, I gotta go see what this is. And she was reluctant to let me go, but, you know, she did. And I didn't speak too well English, but for some reason I spoke it very well to, talk to this man. He said, "Man, just wait till you grow up." And then I did. I grew up, and I found out about this man, Abba Bivens, who did this wonderful work. Because now, it's really on me to do more of his work. I'm not doing my work, and he's not really doing his. We're doing Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai's work. So through the apostles, that's why we give thanks to the apostles, double honors. Abba Bivens is Superman. Was an intelligent man. High Priest Ariel is an intelligent man. They're all intelligent men. And I'm not trying to brag or belittle anyone or big up myself. But you should be, any brother coming in has the potential to be greater than their teacher. So, we all, and that's why we call the apostles, because we look up to them. They break things down good, like in a way that it sticks to you, and you think, man, these are great men. I want to do great things like them. So when I break things down like the way I do, I mix all those things up from all 4 apostles, because that's what you do. Do you think I didn't change my style of fighting? Like when I was little, we would just scrap and to play wrestling, and it was natural. But then you step into a dojo or the dojang, and there's high-level instructors there, and they're whooping your ass, and mother belts are whooping your ass, and you're getting your ass whooped. Like they say, white belt's a survival belt. You learn to survive, and then other things happen. Like you learn the basics of the truth, and the apostles give you a template. The Apostle Tahar said, make videos every day. Sometimes I skip Saturday and Sunday, but usually, Lord willing, I'm out there doing camp on either Saturday or Sunday. And then I do 1 or 2 videos in a day. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm in a rush. Like today, I got plenty of time. Sometimes I leave the house late. Sometimes I can't. That's called dealing with the spirit. So you get programmed the night before, and everything I'm saying is hard to swallow. It's a lot, really, which shows you how much attention I pay to my teachers. I have a bunch of condensed knowledge, and I can expand on it. And what I wish I had more time to do, but I can't sit in front of my laptop and just study history and study the word, study Hebrew, study Greek. But the way my mind works is the spirit jumps on me, and I get super violent, and I'm like, fuck. So what I do is I work out, and I'm not just doing lightweight, doing 3 sets of 10. I'm a tortured soul. I forget count, but I try to go to 30, and I do 4 or 5 sets, and I do it with moderate weight. So I'm not sitting there I'm trying to get those neurotransmitters. See, and that's another thing. You got to study about everything. So what I meant to say was the body heals itself. It produces new cells at the appropriate time. Abba Bivens being that first cell in the body of Yahweh Shai, produced, split up, and then he created High Priest Ariel and Masha, King Masha and Yaiqub, and then High Priest Ariel came. I said it first, but that's Yaiqub's son, I believe. And then their family got it, and then, which is our family, and then the apostles got it, and then by that time it was already like a million cells reproduce. So there's trillions of cells in Yahweh body, and they all have to get reproduced. They all have to go through their process. So prophecy has to happen. So I didn't, I didn't mean to ramble on. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Instead of talking so much, you should say keep it to your strong points. So now Hebrews 11:2 for it, because we have faith by the, and they proved it, and we have substance, all right? For it by it the elders obtained a good report. So now, I got a little bit more time. I'm gonna go till 7:20. Now you know how to look for the right camp if you're looking for a camp. Me, I couldn't keep all of the doctrine of GMS. That means like for the Sabbath, I don't get to rest on the Sabbath. I work 9 to 5. I got a career type shit. So my days are picked out for me. The Sabbath falls in between, I think, Thursday and Friday night. I wait till Saturday, and I do it like that. So, but I still chose them because it's evidence proved. You're not gonna buy a fucking car just because you want a car. You know how many times I had to talk my son out of trying to get a 300Z? But I told him, if that's what you want, that's your long-term goal. But you get what you can is your short-term goal. So if you're a Hebrew Israelite and you're keeping your sons out of it, I can see you keeping your daughters out of it, but you shouldn't do that either. And it doesn't matter if your wife's an unbeliever, but your wife's gonna believe you. She's gonna believe you because of circumstance. Because the things that happen, the things that you communicate with her are secrets between you and her, and you don't even tell your homies. Because sometimes they need to see you as a strong man that just deflects problems. But you tell your biatch your problems. Not because you're being soft or weak, but because you tell her, look, I got this problem, that problem, but I ain't tripping. Yahweh Shimi Haushai is going to take care of it. And that's all the proof she needs, because when it gets taken care of, she understands that it wasn't you, it was Yahweh Shimi Haushai. So now she's like, damn, this guy's a man of God. He might be broken and everything, but I feel so safe with him. Bet. Any woman on the fucking planet. The thing is called hypergamy. And when a fucking woman realizes that you're a man of God and you're all this and all that, it don't matter who she's fucking with. She could be fucking Money Floyd Mayweather. She could be with Conor McGregor. She could be with any one of these rich people, and she'll feel safer with you. She's leaving them for you. But you don't do that. You don't do that. I don't pay attention to women like that. You should already know that I'm obsessed with power. That's a very serious thing for me. I got a lot of vengeance in my heart. But it keeps me in a mind frame where I know my God, Yahweh Shem Yahushai loves me. He hurts me. Like, he makes fucking people sue me. He makes my tire go flat. He's a mood alterator. Alternator. If you see your fucking son being happy going to school, it's gonna be Halloween. You fucking tell him Halloween's fucking gay, and you make him feel weird about it, and you make him hate it. And when he hates it, you know he loves you. Because we're a team, baby. Whatever Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai hates, I hate. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.